On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we love running numbers for people. And what we do is look at what the S&P 500 has done for the last 100 years and see what it might do for you in the future. So if you just ask me to run numbers for you in the comment section, I'll do that. In this case, I want to look at somebody that's in the withdrawal stage. They've reached retirement. They have 800,000 saved up. 800,000. And they say after Social Security and some other money, they need $2,500 a month from that nest egg. So we're going to go $2,500 a month. And they also want to see if they could take out 3,000, but let's do that. And they also want a COLA of 2%. Keep up with inflation. Now this 2,500 is going to be a 3.75%. So we should be okay because that's under the 4% rule. Let's see how many times you run out of money. Might be a problem in 1929. 1929 was such a horrible year. In fact, if I click on it, you'll see this. If you put some over in a cash reserve account, in other words, you probably shouldn't leave 100% in the S&P 500. So we're talking about asset allocation. Let's have a 70-30 asset allocation. And you notice as soon as I clicked on that, it changed everything. Here's a summary box. These are 1929 numbers. As soon as I clicked on that, meaning 70% is going to go stay in the S&P 500 and 30% is going to go over here. You'll see that in a second. But right now, see, you're running out of money after 16 years. As soon as I click on that asset allocation, which shows you how valuable it is to have some money over in a cash reserve account. So when you do have down markets like 1929 through here, this 30,000 isn't coming out of the S&P 500 account because you want that to be as high as possible so I can come back in these good years. It's coming out of here. And one other thing I like to do is change this no. Right now, the COLA is going through no matter what, but I think in a down market, you probably wouldn't want to do that. So I'm going to change this to no. What that means is all these years that it's going down, you're not taking a COLA. In fact, the year after that, because you won't know till the end of the year. So the COLAs don't kick in until right here, and in the red ones they don't kick in until later. But anyway, let's see if that makes any difference. It did on the 1929. I forget what these numbers were. Anyway, we're going to run it for every single year. I've got the COLA set to no on the down years, and 0 times you run out of money. Why? Because you're taking less than 4%. See how that is? But somebody's been saying, well, what happens if we have a black swan event? What happens if we just, really have some extended down years? So what I actually do, I'm actually run numbers for the depression years twice in a row. And here's what I mean by that. Right now, these are the numbers, but I'm going to change this to down for the 1920, 29, 1930. I'm going to do it again. And let's see how this changes. Okay, that changed. So you're having down years and down years again. That would be a black swan event where the stock market just stays down and down and down. In that case, even the scenario we just say you would be running out of money in 20 years. This is in the 1929 scenario, but I want to see how many other times it might happen. Again, this is what might be considered a black swan event where they get depression type years for 2 decades in a row. Now, I want you to notice, even in that scenario, because you're taking less than 4% out, your money would last. That 4% rule just seems to be golden. If you, especially, this is given that you have a asset allocation of a 70-30, so you have a cash reserve so it can handle these down times. But in this case, yeah, 1929, you're almost out of money. Last basically 20 years, and 28, 29, there's 5 times you run out of money, and I'm assuming the last one. Let's look at the graph here real quick. I'm assuming the last one. There they are right there. I don't quite see it there. Let's go back here. I'm assuming it's the year 2000. I'm just going to check it here. Bear with me. I haven't done this ahead of time, but people have been asking me, what happens if you have a black swan event? Well, yeah, that's right here. You can see it after 20 years if you have the 2000, actually it's doing the 2000 plus it's doing the 1929 decade down years. You see how I did that? These were the actual returns for 2000, 2009, and this is the returns of the depression decade going down. In that case, you'd be run out of money in just over 20 years. But that's only if you do that. If I click back here, goes back to normal. Then you got all kinds of money after 20 years, and it hasn't been 25 years to see, but it's going back up because the market has such good returns. You can see them right there. So hopefully this video made sense for you. And this was looking at the withdrawal stage. We love to run both the withdrawal stage and also once you reach the saving or you're doing the accumulation stage to see where you might be at. We also run numbers for that. But just be sure and put it in the comment section, and I'll run numbers for you. Consider subscribing to the channel. Tell friends about this. I'll run numbers. It's a great financial tool, especially when you understand what can be done. And just watch some of my other videos, especially in the accumulation stage, and you'll see just how valuable this tool can be, looking at what the S&P 500 has done for the last 100 years. Let's go back to the 1929 and go back up here to 1929. Just in final conclusion here. Okay, the numbers are back to normal now. We update this, and it's going to be all zeros, even after 30 years. It's just that second decade when we put a repeat of the depression years down here. That's when you ran out of money after 30 years, but didn't run out of money after 20 because of this 70-30 asset allocation. That was so important. Again, please tell your friends about this channel and like the channel and subscribe. Thanks for watching.